So to start, let's start with Buenos Aires and mention some notable matches from that 250 tournament. Let's start off with a little bit of a surprise. Defending champion João Fonseca losing to Tabilo in the round of 16. This match went to 3 sets. Fonseca, after the match, mentioned how his body's not feeling 100% right now, which is definitely a concern for him to be injured. Coming out of really the offseason, missed a couple of those 250 tournaments before the Australian Open, and then struggled in that first round match against Spizzirri in the first round and didn't look to be fully fit. So yeah, big concerns for João Fonseca for this season, a player that a lot of people had possibly cracking into the top 10 at year's end. And then Sebastian Baez defeating Ignacio Buse in straight sets. Definitely watch out for Baez in this tournament. Has had a great start to the year. And then Luciano Darderi, another player who's had a great start to the year on the surface that he's most comfortable with, on the clay court, gets a nice straight sets win in the round of 16. And that kind of sets up some interesting quarterfinal matchups, but it creates even more interesting possible semifinal matchups. So, for example, Francisco Cerundolo and Echeverry could be matched up against each other in the semifinals. And then similarly, we could be seeing Baez Darderi. These if the seeds were to make it into the semifinals, we'd have some fantastic clay court matches. Darderi Baez, those are two top 20 clay court players in the world, and Echeverry Cerundolo, not too far off that top 20 as well. Could be some very interesting matches in ATP Buenos Aires. And then mentioning these quarterfinals, let's start off with Francisco Cerundolo versus Vitko Priva. They have faced one time in the past in a tour level match, or actually, I believe this would actually be even a challenger in 2021, where Francisco Cerundolo won on outdoor clay. It did go to 3 sets in that one, where Kopriva did win that first set. I will be taking Cerundolo in this one. I think Kopriva's win against Berrettini was an excellent win, but I think Cerundolo is just that one step higher in level at the moment, so I'll be taking Francisco Cerundolo. Tabilo Echeverry, they have faced off twice, and these are also in challengers. Never played a tour level match, played in the Dominican Republic in 2018 and Brazil in 2018. One of those was on hard, one of those was on clay. Echeverry was able to get the one that was on clay. I can't take much stock into these challenger results from 8 years ago, but you can definitely see this one going either way. I'm definitely leaning towards Echeverry in this one. So yeah, I will be taking Echeverry. Pedro Martinez versus Luciano Darderi. They have faced off a couple times in the last 2 or so years. They faced off in Miami, where Darderi got the win. Pedro Martinez was able to defeat Darderi in the Australian Open in 2025 in the first round there. And then they also faced off in Mallorca. So they've never faced off on the clay courts. This will be their first clay court meeting. The way Darderi started the 2026 season, and the fact that it's being played on his most comfortable surface, I will be leaning towards Darderi in this one. And then two seeded players in this tournament, Will Carabelli versus Sebastian Baez. They faced off 4 times, with Sebastian Baez leading the head-to-head 3-1. However, Ugo Carabelli was able to get the last match against them in the round of 32 in Hamburg. They have played 4 matches, all of them on clay, and they've even played in this tournament 1 year ago, where Sebastian Baez got the win. I will be going with Sebastian Baez to win this matchup. I would not be insanely surprised if Ugo Carabelli were to spring an upset. And I'm more picking Baez for the way he has started 2026 and the level that he showed in 2026, but also, playing on clay. He's a top 20 clay court player in the world. So I will be taking Sebastian Baez in this one. And Sebastian Baez, Darderi, Echeverry, Cerundolo. Those would be my picks. It is a little bit chalk today. The one player that I could definitely see springing an upset would be either Tabilo or Ugo Carabelli.